Alright, well, this game was a mess. This beta was a mess, I mean, got a pen. I hope this doesn't make clicking noises on the fucking shit. But I mean, from the getting into not being able to get into matches to the fucking server issues, I mean, which kind of folds into the to the whole not getting into matches thing. This whole thing really just reminds me of how good Black Ops 3 was, or at least the beta was. Cuz that happened 2 months earlier in the life cycle of that whole thing, that whole hype train, than this did. And this has more problems, which doesn't bode well at all. And it really feels like the fucking T Martins of the world are trying to hide this so hard. And that is, I mean, if there wasn't evidence that they're really in Activision's pocket than there was before, this is pretty large evidence. I mean, all of the T Martins and the Drifters and the fucking those guys, they have stayed silent for the for the first day of the beta. They stayed pretty much silent. I mean, because, I mean, what were they going to say? They're gonna be like, man, this shit sucks. I mean, they would have gotten pretty, like, I mean, ostracized from fucking Activision because of that. I mean, it's just, it really shows how, you know, dishonest that whole thing is kind of being. And Drifter's right. I mean, he sets out to be the honest YouTuber and shit. I mean, and I like Drifter, but really, he is definitely in Activision's pocket. And it's just, ah, God. Anyway, back to the game. I mean, it really reminds me of how good the beta was in Black Ops 3, and in Black Ops 3 as a whole. I mean, when you got killed in that game, I mean, you were frustrated, but you could always bring it down to the fact that it was most likely your fault. Other than, you know, things like heat waves, fucking breccies. But I mean, even with the brecci, I guess the recent incarnation of the brecci, you could stay away from him, I guess. I mean, if you knew there was a guy with a brecci, you could just, you know, stay away from him, put on a Vesper or something. I mean, you could counter that. But I mean, in this game, there's more dynamic issues. There's more solid issues to deal with than just, you know, a shotgun that kills, you know, in 2 shots at quite a bit of ranges. I mean, there's the server issues. I mean, I get killed from behind walls a lot more than I did in other games in recent memory. It just, I mean, this game really does feel like a cheap knockoff of Black Ops 3. And I mean, that's what most of the quote-unquote haters are saying. I mean, there definitely are haters, and they're definitely, I mean, but those haters, I mean, they aren't bringing up actual points. This game actually does, in my opinion, feel like a cheap knockoff of Black Ops 3. I mean, it doesn't even feel like the specialists were even supposed to be in this game. I mean, excuse me, the combat rigs. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they stuck that in right after they saw that Black Ops 3 was doing so well. Which, I mean, that might not even really be Infinity Ward's fault. It could be down to the fact that maybe Activision made them do it because they realized that Black Ops 3 was doing so well and that people like the specialists. So they were like, you gotta put some shit in this fucking game, dude. So they were like, ah, fuck, well, we gotta put in some assets and fucking voice crack all over the place and fucking get the specialists down. Because, I mean, they don't feel balanced. I mean, the claw, it's annoying to die to. In Black Ops 3, the specialists, I mean, they were very, you know, they were different. I mean, you knew when each one was being deployed by the sounds. The War Machine made that specific thunk. The fucking scythe, you could hear it spool up, which meant don't fucking go outside, stay in your fucking homes. But I mean, the fucking purifier Purifier, basically, I mean, if you heard that thing fucking burning people to shit, you stayed away. You fucking ran away, and they wouldn't be able to get to you. The only one, I mean, the heat wave was kind of annoying, but people didn't realize that that was a thing because it was active so late in the life cycle. But the specialists in this game really do feel annoying. I mean, it's annoying to die to these things. I mean, in Black Ops 3, you could hear, there was at least 3 seconds of time before you got killed where you could be like, oh shit, I need to get the fuck out of here. But like in this game, it's instant. I mean, you fucking see a guy with a claw, you're fucking dead. I mean, if that guy has any fucking sense in his mind, he's gonna fucking kill you. So I mean, the specialists feel, or I keep calling them specialists. I'm gonna keep calling them specialists because that's what they fucking are. I'm protesting. This is my fucking little way of standing up to the fucking big man in the castle. I mean, it's just there's so many issues with this, and it's literally 3 weeks before release. So and oh, and I mean if the fucking server issues. I mean, I only got a hard crash once. I mean, kicked out of a game once. I mean, I'm sure other people have experienced more. It wasn't really, I mean, there were issues with the time to kill and stuff in the game, but I never got kicked out. And I didn't have as much issues joining on friends as I thought I would. And recent players, I guess, which is kind of how I got into games for the first, like, few hours. You saw somebody in your recent players list who was, like, in a game, and you're like, shit, I gotta do this! And about, like, 50% of the time, you might be able to get into a game. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to play this game for a full year. It just doesn't feel right. And the, when everybody, oh, burp. Oh, hard burp. Big burp. When everybody was talking about the salvage system and how the salvage system was good and, you know, oh, wow, we're actually able to buy the guns we want. I mean, now that we actually have a look at it, the thing is bullshit. The amount of time that it's going to take to get the actual gun you want is astronomical. It's insane. To get a epic variant of a gun, it's probably, I mean, I haven't even gotten to that point yet. I think to get a fucking, just got a text. To get a fucking legendary variant, I think it's over 1,000 salvage. And to get a rare, dear God, it's 500. To get a fucking common, it's 200. And I mean, the amount of time it takes to earn salvage, I mean, I think I got one supply drop worth maybe 200 salvage, but the big average amount of salvage I get from supply drops is like 13 to 12. So the amount of time it's going to take to get the actual guns you want, I mean, it'll take maybe a half a prestige, which is fucked. Like, that is really fucked up. And I mean, I think that's all I had to say about it. I mean, there's an overpowered weapon, the K-bar. The K-bar really needs to be nerfed. And I mean, I think that's not that big of a deal. I mean, I think they'll nerf it. But I mean, it's Infinity Ward. They're not really known for fixing their shit. They're just known for adding a bunch of new game modes, which is cool, but I'd rather have a gun that's not overpowered. So the K-bar is fucking overpowered. It really reminds me of the Black Ops 1 FAMAS on LSD and acid at the same time, and that person is also on bath salts and is eating 3 people's faces off at the same damn time. I mean, that thing is insane. I joined in on a game late, and they were losing, and I went on like a 7 kill streak immediately after spawning in. And I mean, honestly, with a game that I'm not that familiar with, I think that's a little insane. So, but I mean, I feel like that's gonna be fixed, so that's not as big of a deal as the inherent issues with the server and the getting killed from around corners, and the specialist being little a little bland. Um, there are some positives. Um, I think the setting is cool. I generally like the Infinity Ward, slash Sledgehammer Call of Duty settings a bit more because they're a bit. I'm sure other people don't agree with me, but they're a bit. They try to be serious. I think that adds to the ridiculousness of it. So, I mean, it's just a little. I mean, I don't know. I just like the setting a bit more. It's a bit. I mean, despite what a lot of people are saying with it being so far in the future, it feels more grounded. Whereas in like Black Ops 3, they had people just running around with fucking flamethrowers and spikes that caused explosions on the fucking ground. This game, it just has a gun that spews a lot of bullets and a gun that disintegrates people and a riot shield that goes forward really fast. I mean, it feels more grounded. I need to take a deep breath. And I need some water. I think this is a good time to end it. So, if you like the sound of my voice, consider watching other videos. Are they high quality? I don't know. That's for you to find out and for me to know. I'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot.